Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to review a holster. The first time I've ever reviewed a holster, but I really was impressed by this website and by this company, and so I wanted to kind of give a review on this particular holster and let you guys know what I think. And I appreciate all the people that support the channel. Let's say that right off the bat. This holster is from Shofar Defense, and I did talk to the owner, and he was very nice and very helpful, very kind person. And also, this is a biblical company. I'm not sure if he's Jewish or Christian. Irregardless, I support both. So, as a Christian, I think it's great that he names his holsters and his company after biblical type names. And I thought that was very awesome, and that's why I contacted him. That's why I wanted to support his company. And so I wanted to make this review for this holster and talk about it a little bit. And I've got multiple guns on this table, and I want to show you why in a minute. But let's just go over it real quick, and I'll try to show you some after outside of me drawing these guns from the holster as well. But there's not a lot you can do in a holster review, but we can cover some bases and kind of talk about it a little bit and kind of show you kind of some things about it that might make it a little bit different or a little bit better than some other holsters as well. So let's talk about it. Please check his website out. You can easily know where to find it, so no problem there. But yeah, go check him out and support this guy if you can and his company. I want to say right off the bat that this holster looks really kind of neat because of the way he puts these extra kind of details in the holster. And I think these actually add strength and rigidity to the holster as well. Not only do they look, a little bit more high end, they make the holster look more high end, they just add a little bit more strength because adding those curves to the mold actually adds strength. So this is on purpose, I think, for both visual and kind of performance of the holster itself, and how strong and how rigid it is. And I'm really like that about it. Also, the kydex itself is very thick. On some of your cheaper holsters, the kydex is a lot thinner, and you can tell by the way he made it and molded it is very nice. And he spends probably a lot of money on equipment to get these to mold this way, and so that's just really nice. And I mean, you can just tell by the way it looks. There's several different kinds of kydex colors you can pick from on his website. It also has the 2 retention screws. A lot of cheaper holsters probably have 1, and this one does have 2, so it adds a little bit more flexibility and adjustment on that as well. So that's really cool as well. But yeah, there's not much I can show as far as the holster itself. I can only show you kind of how it's made, and you can see it's made very well by looking at it. This is more of a competition style setup. I did get the Safari Land quick detach with the holster itself, and we'll show you this holster on my person in a little bit. But yeah, I just want to kind of show you what it looks like as a whole. So also I want to kind of show you, let's see what we got here. So this is a holster from another company. I won't tell you what company it is because I like this holster just fine, but it's a cheaper holster. You can tell it has the 1 retention screw, and it also has a thinner kydex, and I can tell by pressing on this holster and pressing on this one that this actually flexes and moves, and this holster barely moves when I press on it. So you can definitely tell the quality is there, and just visually this holster is way more compelling than this cheaper holster. And I have no problem with cheaper holsters for some guns, that's no problem, but you can definitely tell this is more high end, and I do like the way it's designed and everything. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm not going to bring out a ton of holsters to compare it to, but I just want to kind of show you that. Okay, the reason why we have these 3 guns on the table is because in my collection, when I buy a holster, if I ever review holsters, I like to go through my collection and take whatever guns will fit in that holster really well and fit well and kind of click in and have retention and not move around in it. I want to show you guys that. So this holster was designed for the P10C or the P10F. The P10F will just stick out just a little bit, but as you can see, it was specially designed for the P10C. And these guns have been checked and unloaded, so I'm not worried about that. Clicks very nice. It protects your trigger guard. It protects, pretty much everything you want it to protect. It has very nice curves here. I really like it. This is more of a competition style holster, so yeah, that's why it does stick out from the body a little bit, which is kind of neat for what it's built for. But yeah, you get that nice retention. Fits very well, snug but not tight to where it kind of wears at your coatings or whatever you have on your slide. You know, you don't have to worry about that wearing off because it is loose enough going in. All your tension is mostly right here around the trigger guard. But I also want to show you guys as well, this is the FNS. Like we said, it does fit the P10 natively, and it fits the P10F as well. But this FNS, and it probably would fit the newer FNs as well, since it does fit this one, I would say. I can't promise you that. But the FNS goes in and clicks, and it also fits the FNS fairly well. It actually doesn't rattle, it doesn't move. Like you can tell, you can hold it upside down. It does not fall out. If you hold it upside down, you can rattle. You can shake it, and it does not rattle at all. So that's very nice. A lot of good retention. Comes out smooth, goes in smooth. So I'm just giving you guys kind of, you know, when you want to review a holster, you know, it's nice to know that your holster can be used on multiple weapons. And I'm just showing you that it could be used on these and possibly even more. I would say this holster probably would work fine for a Glock 19 or a Glock 17. We'll show you by using this one. This is the Falcon. Hold on, let me put this one back so you can see it. So this right here is the Falcon 9XC, and this is a Glock 17 clone, and it's actually a Glock 19 clone with a built-in comp, so it's the size of a Glock 17. But as you can see, I don't know if this would fit in most standard Glock holsters because the trigger guard's a little bit different. But in this particular holster, fits very well. It kind of clicks in there. It protects the trigger guard completely. When you look straight on it, you know, it's protecting everything you would want it to protect. And there's no wiggle, no rattle when you shake it. It's got good retention. You can hold it upside down. It will not fall out. So yeah, there you go. So it does fit multiple guns, which is kind of cool as well. Now, I know if your primary gun, you know, buy a holster for the primary gun that you carry or you shoot in competition. Always go with a holster that's fit for that particular gun. But when you buy one, it's nice to know that maybe it'll work with other guns that you don't use as often. I do use the P10C more than any of these other guns, but it's nice to know that if I wanted to take these particular guns to the range and shoot out EPA or whatever, that this holster will accommodate those particular platforms. So anyway, all right, we might take this out to the range, and I will show you me drawing these three guns from this holster just to kind of give you a little extra footage. But guys, please go check out Shofar Defense. I also want to say that this holster's name is King David, and that's pretty cool. Like I said, a biblical name. The other outside the waistband holster, I think, is named Morning Star, and he has two, and I didn't know this until just a while ago when I checked his website out again, but the other holsters are named, inside the waistband holsters are named Joshua and Caleb, and that's pretty cool for several reasons. Those of you that know me, you'll know why. But yeah, Joshua and Caleb is his inside the waistband holsters. I was like, I'd kind of like to have one of those as well, but anyway, maybe at a later date. But yeah, this is just really cool, and how he names them Bible names. The owner's name is Micah. He's a very cool guy. He's very nice, so please call him up. One thing I will say, and this is not in any way negative, but he is working on building holsters for many different platforms, many different brands. But right now, his brands are a little bit limited. But go check him out and see if he has a holster for you. And if you would support this guy and support this company, very cool company. Like I said, Shofar Defense. Go check them out. And on to the next clip where we'll show it actually in use on person. All right, guys, welcome back. We were talking about the King David holster by Shofar Defense. So I just wanted to give you a quick video and kind of show you me drawing some of these pistols and kind of how nice it holds up. But here you go. You can see it. It's a good looking holster. Looks good, real good with the P10C. We just showed you the tabletop. We showed you it fits multiple guns. I'll show you me actually drawing those other guns as well. But I just want to do a few draws. We're not going to shoot with it or anything. This is a holster review. This is not a shooting review, so we want to focus on the holster itself. But yeah, guys, as you can see, it feels really nice when you grip the gun. Holster does not get in your way at all, which is really nice. On some holsters, you'll find there's hot spots when you grab the gun. This holster feels really good, and this gun feels good with this holster. And yeah, so I really like it. This would make a really good IDPA type setup. But let's just draw it a few times, and I'll kind of just give you my conclusions on this. Real nice positive click, just the right amount of tension, which you can adjust with the screws. I really do like it though. Feels really good, guys. I'll show you the holster and how it feels with the other guns as well, even though it was made for the P10C or the P10F. This is the FNS. We showed you on the tabletop. It is compatible with the FNS. All these guns have been safety checked before the video. I don't waste my time on the videos showing you that. Clicks, not quite as audible. You know, most of these holsters are molded around the trigger guards, and so they're going to fit the gun that it was molded for best, but it still does give you a little click of retention with this FNS, and it feels really solid. It's not moving around. So that's really nice, and it does work quite well. So let's try it with this one. The holster has a real nice location. The way it sets from the body, it feels real natural. Without me even looking, I can grab the gun without any issues. I really like that. And guys, if you're doing any kind of competition or concealed carry, now this holster is probably not designed for most concealed carriers, but you should train drawing with your holster. That's very important. So things like this is good, even if you're not trying out a holster or whatever. Just getting used to the way the gun draws from that particular holster or any holster that you have is very important. So that was the FNS with the P10C holster from Shofar Defense. This is the King David, like we mentioned before. Now we're going to try the Falcon 9XC. This is a Glock 19/17 clone. 17 sized gun because of the comp on the front, but this is a really cool gun, and I'm going to show you it works with this one as well, because you might have a hard time finding holsters for this gun. So I just want to show you it does work. It actually does have a click. It's not quite as audible as the P10C that it's made for, but it does still hold retention. It's very tight in the holster as well, just like the P10 was. Very nice. Feels very good, guys. Very nice. All right, this is the holster from Shofar Defense. Very good looking holster. This is the multicam black, I think they call it. They make many different colors, several different styles for several different manufacturers. He's working on more manufacturers. So go check out his website. Check him out. Holler at him, call him, email him. I'm sure he'll be glad to let you answer any questions that you may have. Let him know if you have a particular pistol that you would like him to make a holster for. He may can get it to you faster than you think, even if it's not listed on his website. But guys, please support this guy. He's a really cool guy, and I appreciate how quickly he was able to get me this holster out. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe. It supports the channel more than you know. And please support your local companies like this who are, if you are a Christian like I am, support your local Jewish Christian companies. I just think that's important from a Bible perspective. God bless. Have a great day, and we'll catch you guys later. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I thought I would cover one more thing on this holster before we're done, and that is talk about kind of what I think about it, sum it up. I haven't shot with this. I plan on carrying this to IDPA eventually. It might be a few months down the road. I'm not sure, but we'll let you know if it comes up again, how well it done, or ask me later about it in any of the comments of any of my videos, and I'll let you know what I think, or if I've done any more work with this holster. I'm sure I will use it several times. We have a church security training coming up, so I may use this holster for that. I think it would be a good holster to use for that. Overall, I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's wonderful. I don't think, and the only reason why I say a 4.5 is probably more because his selection for holsters for different platforms is a little limited. But other than that, I think it's great. I think the build quality, the ruggedness, the rigidity of this particular holster is as good as any holster I've got. So as far as all that goes, like I said, the quality of the holster is fantastic. The company, the owner's fantastic. The quality is fantastic. The look of it's fantastic. I like these 3 lines in it. I think that gives an aesthetic that most holsters don't have, that you can find on the market. So it's really cool when a holster company does something a little bit different. And although it's very subtle, these 3 little lines on the holster just make it look more quality, in my opinion, which it is. It very much is. So if, like I said, if he doesn't carry the holster for the brand of gun that you have, reach out to him. I'm sure he could rush that, or he might give you a timeline of when he will make the holster for that gun. I would love to get a 2011 holster from him eventually in the future, and I hope we can see that on his website soon. God bless. Have a great day. Yeah, I rate this company, this holster, as close to perfect as possible. Once he starts adding more brands, I think it'll really be a nice place to go get. I love the fact that he names his holsters after, biblical names and biblical themes, and I think that's great. And like I said, I like to support those companies as much as possible. God bless. Have a great day. I hope this was interesting to you. If you're looking for this particular brand of holster, I'm sure this video would be worth watching. And hopefully some of you that are just watching and don't know about this brand will at least look them up and check them out, and at least give them a shout out or something and support them that way. But if you can, and eventually if you need a holster, please reach out to Micah over there at Shofar Defense. All right, guys, God bless. Have a great day. We'll catch you later.